I believe she has a microphone. Is that for questions? Sure, why don't you go out there and if somebody has a question, raise your hand and she'll come to you.
She will come to you. Here she comes, walking down the aisle. You can ask her a question, you can give her a smile. Hey, we have no moderator. We're just winging it today.
Huh? You sounded wonderful. Go ahead.
I want to know if your voices are insured.
That's a good question. It should be.
Wow.
Mine's not, but you know, after doing like 10 years of Krillin, and now Usopp, I wish it was insured because, you know, the moneymaker gets pulled and stretched and beaten and destroyed a lot.
My car's not even insured.
My voice is insured with Geico, right? That's liability. If I speak loud enough to hurt someone else's voice, I'm covered.
You know what? I never even thought about that. I think that's a question that has never been asked in all. I've never been.
There should be something.
A lot of singers do. You know, pianists have their hands insured and things like that. So, I mean, if you lost your voice, I mean, I know you have other talents to fall back on, but you know, a lot of them are wiped out. Directing and acting and all that.
That's a really good point.
It is, and you never know how much, you never realize how valuable it is to you until you lose it. Until you can't do the things that you are used to doing with your voice. When I did Broly for Dragon Ball Z, it just about destroyed me, and I was literally petrified when I lost my voice the first day I did that. And I didn't get it back for like a week, and I was really worried that I'd done some serious damage. And it gave me an all-new appreciation and admiration for the Sonny Straits and the Chris Sabatts and the Eric Bales, the screamers. Yeah, the people that have been doing Dragon Ball Z for years, because it really will take a toll on you if you're not careful.
Well, what I do now is I tell them I can't do Usopp 2 days in a row because his lines are almost all screaming and in a high-pitched, scratchy, funny voice. So it's just impossible. I tried it. I did 3 days in a row one time, and I couldn't speak for 4 days. It's too important. That's a very good question.
When we were working on Full Metal Alchemist, I wanted Ed needed to have a youthful quality to his voice. And when you yell a lot, when you do a lot of work with your voice, for me anyway, I don't know about you, but the first thing I lose is that higher range, is that softer, lighter, higher tone. And so whenever I knew I was going to be working on Full Metal, I would try my best not to schedule anything before it, because I knew that you know, we didn't want to compromise the quality of that character recording by, you know, walking in there with kind of a crummy voice and not being able to sound like I knew I wanted to sound.
Yeah, when Krillin started out,
He sounded like this. Hey, Goku! And then as the series progressed, they started sounding like Krusty the Clown. Exactly, yeah. Hey, Goku, yeah, you're doing great. It's another power level for you. Woo!
Who's got another question? Yes, in the middle.
What's your favorite of Ed's rants out of Full Metal Alchemist?
My favorite of his rants? Well, the truth is, you guys, I don't even remember a lot of them, and I'll tell you why. Because they're yelling, screaming lines, right? Like off the charts, yelling, screaming. And I didn't want to have to do them too many times, of course. So we would save them until the end of the session. We would save all of the big yelling stuff until the very end. So we'd record all the lines, and then we would go back and pick up any of the screaming and yelling things. And we would, like the engineer and the director, we'd all get ready. And I'd be like, okay, turn the record level down. I mean, don't, you know, I don't want to scream real loud, have the, you know, meter go, no, I'm sorry, we have to do it again because we overloaded the mic. I know, you hate that when you totally give this gut-wrenching performance and the engineer's like, oh, I wasn't ready for that, dude. And so we kind of make everything ready, and then you rip at it one time really good. And occasionally we had to do more than one. But one of the good things about his rants too were they usually were just like teeth screaming kind of thing. There wasn't really mouth flaps you had to match. So that gave you a little bit of freedom in the performance. But I don't remember a lot of them because I only had to do them once. They were done. What?
Did you improvise a lot?
No, actually, Jared Hedges wrote a lot of the scripts, and his scripts were, most of the rants were just so funny, and he did such a great job that, there was one rant we did where, do you remember the episode where, oh my gosh, what was the dog's name? Nina's dog, Alexander. Remember when Ed was showing off his watch, and Alexander grabbed the watch and was running around the yard in the background, and Ed was chasing him around trying to get the watch back? There wasn't anything scripted. So Mike was just like, just make stuff up. You know, like what he would be like yelling at the dog or trying to come on back here, come here, come here! You know, just make stuff up yelling at Alexander to get your watch back. But not too much improvising.
I love it when we get a chance to improvise. There was a Dragon Ball Z movie, I can't remember which one it was, but Krillin had to sing some song in a picnic. And Chris Sabat wrote these really trite, stupid lyrics, and he wrote, Sonny, just make up something at the bottom. So I was like, oh, I want to be your puppy. I love you always. And that's all our script, because the rest of it's all made up. Is that okay? Believe it or not, I don't. No talent scouts have come by my house after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany Grant.
Obviously, I have lost the ability to set my alarm clock. I said it, I started, and it's gone. I woke up with his nap call this morning. Really? Yes. At like 10 after 8, and my first thought is, why is he calling me in the middle of the night?
Well, just to
And then I
recap.
looked at the clock, and it wasn't the middle of the night. It was after 8 a.m. Wow.
So, is your voice insured?
No.
It's one now. What's the other question?
Wow, that was great.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
I can barely afford health insurance, and I don't think it covers my voice.
I told him I have liability on my voice. If I heard something else, it's okay.
What was one of your favorite improvisations?
Oh. Wow, favorite improvisation that actually got kept.
Did it include profanity?
Well, I wish I could remember what show. I was just telling someone this last night. There was something I was doing like a bit part in a couple of years ago, and the scene involved some monkeys, and whatever my character's line was, I said to the director, I said, that is not the right line. This is the right line. Get your damn dirty paws off me, you filthy ape. It fit, and it's in there, and if I could only remember which show it was, I'm sorry, but it was actually
Awesome. You know, one of the first appearances of Ikkakus in Bleach, he does the Lucky Dance. Well, the Lucky Dance was improvised as well. They didn't have anything in the script for it because they just assumed that I would make something up as kind of a songwriter, and they're like, well, you know, he's kind of singing and dancing around, and we just thought we'd let you make something up. So that's when you're like, oh no. Suddenly there's pressure.
Right, monkey.